Back in February 2016, they made a big announcement about Dubai Creek Tower. They wanted to finish building it before the 2020 World Expo, and it was supposed to be the main attraction in a new part of Dubai by the historic Dubai Creek. People said it might be more than 1,300 meters tall, way taller than the Burj Khalifa nearby. It was supposed to be like the Eiffel Tower at the 1889 World's Fair, showing off all the amazing things the Middle East could do. But even though they started working on the base 4 years ago, the construction suddenly stopped. There were rumors that they might delay it or even cancel the whole thing. So what really happened to Dubai Creek Tower? And is there a good chance that they will finish building this really big and ambitious structure? The folks at Oricon, the engineering company working on the project, shared some exciting details about Dubai's upcoming tallest tower. They mentioned that this tower would shine like a beacon of light from its peak during the night. At the very top, there will be a special oval-shaped part called a bud, hosting 10 observation decks, including one called the Pinnacle Room, that gives you a full 360-degree view of the city. Oricon is collaborating with Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava on this project, and they're enthusiastic about contributing to the creation of something remarkable for humanity. Adrian Jones, Oricon's project director, expressed how much of an honor it is to work on this project. The design involves a unique network of steel cables connected to a central reinforced concrete core that stretches up into the sky. Emaar Properties chairman Mohammed Alabar described the new tower as an elegant monument that will add value to the properties being developed along the city's creek. The tower is designed to be slim, resembling a minaret, and it will be securely anchored to the ground with sturdy cables. Back in January 2017, they showed off a revised model of the original design at the sales center of the complex. They decided to increase the height of the observation deck and the number of floors. Then, in February 2017, they released a drawing of the tower, depicting it as a building supported by cables. It was also revealed that the tower would be called Creek Tower. The wait continues for this impressive structure to become a reality. The Dubai Creek Tower is not just big, it's part of something even bigger. It's the main attraction in the Creek Harbor mega project right by Dubai Creek. This area is special because it's next to a protected wildlife wetland with lots of different animals, about 450 species. The mega project is all about taking care of the environment. They use modern ecological solutions like solar energy, and there are lots of green spaces. The whole idea is to build a city that works well with nature, not against it. Dubai Creek Harbor started as a partnership between Dubai Holding and Emaar Properties, the folks who built the Burj Khalifa. It's a huge project that will take 20 years to finish, and will have space for over 200,000 residents and 450,000 people working and living there. It's going to be the biggest pedestrian zone in the world, making it a city of the future that's easy to get around. But here's the thing, even though it started as a team effort between Emaar Properties and Dubai Holding, Emaar Properties took full control in 2022. They bought out Dubai Holding for $2 billion, so now they get to decide everything about the development and make all the money from this massive 6 million square meters of real estate. This move by Emaar Properties tells us they haven't given up on their big plans. It's a sign that we might see more construction on the Creek Tower soon. Once it's done, it's going to be the star of the harbor and one of the most amazing structures ever. The design is super advanced based on math, tech, and physical methods we have today. They're building it to look like a desert lily flower, a long and thin flower you might see on traditional Islamic minarets. The tower is supported by a crazy long 110-kilometer array of steel cables that also create cool visual effects. The special glass on the outside will make the tower shine day and night. Plus, it's going to be totally self-sufficient, using solar energy, water conservation, and a self-cleaning facade. Even though it's going to be really tall, with over 200 floors, only 20 of those will be usable. That's because it's more of a fancy art installation and tourist attraction than a regular skyscraper. The top part will have 10 observation platforms, including a pinnacle room with a 360-degree view of the city. The exact height of the tower is a secret, but when they started building it 6 years ago, there were hints it would be more than 1 kilometer tall. They wanted to break a record because another building, the Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia, was also trying to reach that height. Dubai really wants to keep the title of having the world's tallest building because it brings in a ton of visitors and money. The Burj Khalifa, their current record holder, has been a huge success, bringing in 20 million visitors and $30 billion every year. So it's not just about building something tall, it's a smart move for the economy in the Middle East. The Creek Tower was supposed to be the big star at the Dubai 2020 Expo, just like how the Eiffel Tower wowed everyone at the Paris World's Fair in 1889. So here's the twist in the story. Construction of the Dubai Creek Tower hit a roadblock back in 2018. They had finished the foundation work and then everything suddenly stopped. Oddly enough, around the same time, the construction of the Jeddah Tower also came to a standstill. Some wonder if Dubai is playing the waiting game, watching to see what happens with the Jeddah Tower, since it recently resumed construction. After all, Dubai doesn't need to worry about losing its title as having the world's tallest building anytime soon. Another thought is whether the economic downturn slammed the brakes on this mega project indefinitely. Now let's peek at what happened with the Jeddah Tower. It reached 300 meters before it was halted due to some political drama that landed two important figures in prison. They got out after a few weeks and construction restarted, but it didn't last long. A few months later, the whole project was stopped again, this time because of labor issues with a contractor. Then the economic slowdown came along and put construction on hold indefinitely. And what about the Dubai Creek Tower? Right before the end of 2019, the folks in charge were on the verge of signing a contract with a Chinese company to keep building and complete the project. However, those construction plans were scrapped. But is there more to this tale? The tower's slogan, "Inspired by the Nation, Designed for the World," shows Dubai's grand architectural ambitions. Now here's an interesting tidbit. Dubai's success isn't just because of oil. It's also thanks to the government's smart move of having tax-free policies and laws allowing foreign investors to buy properties. This turned Dubai into the architectural wonder we know today. Oil played a part, but it was these business-friendly policies that made Dubai a hotspot for investments. Until 2018, the UAE didn't have an income tax, making business easy in the many free tax zones. But since January 2018, that has changed. Here's where things took a turn. The UAE decided to introduce a value-added tax, and that was just the beginning of new challenges for the Dubai Creek Tower. Even though the tax rate wasn't too high, businesses had to start dealing with calculating taxes and worrying about penalties if they didn't follow the new rules. Then, in 2021, the UAE added another layer, a corporate tax on company profits. Doing business suddenly became even more complicated. On top of all the tax issues, the UAE also has to meet the requirements of the United Nations Agenda 2030. This agenda, launched in 2015, aims for green, sustainable, and smart growth that doesn't harm the environment. The UAE joined the United Nations in 1971, and being part of this plan means committing to saving the planet. But here's the tricky part. Every year, new requirements are added based not just on the original plan, but also on new scientific findings and recommendations. All these changes mean the original budget of $1 billion for the Dubai Creek Tower isn't enough anymore to finish the project under the current circumstances. Emaar Properties, the company behind the tower, hasn't been able to sell as many properties, and there's now a surplus of apartments and offices in Dubai. So right now, it doesn't seem like the best time to go ahead with another massive business investment, especially when it might not pay off in the current situation. So much has shifted for the UAE, from the introduction of corporate taxes and green requirements to disruptions in supply chains and changes in how people behave and spend money on tourism. Amazing architecture stands as a witness to the times, and it's no wonder that the Dubai Creek Tower, with its foundations representing hope for a bright future, reflects everything our world has gone through recently. The big question remains, will the tower ever be finished? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video, and if you found it informative, please like and subscribe to Blueprint Journeys for similar content. We look forward to sharing more knowledge with you in the future. Until then, take care.